medieval Christmas was nothing like today. No Christmas trees, no gifts, no Santa Claus. Yet, Christmas once meant survival. Today, Christmas is lights, shopping, gifts, music, and celebration. It's warmth, comfort, and abundance. But in the medieval world, Christmas existed in a time of darkness, hunger, cold, and fear. People didn't celebrate Christmas because life was easy. They celebrated because life was hard. And here's the problem. We think we understand Christmas, but we don't. Modern Christmas has almost nothing in common with how it began. So today, we're going back in time to uncover how medieval people really celebrated Christmas, why it mattered so deeply, and what we've forgotten along the way. By the end of this video, you'll never look at Christmas the same way again. To truly understand medieval Christmas, we need to break it down step by step. We'll explore why winter was terrifying, what Christmas actually meant to medieval people, how the 12 days of Christmas worked, what they ate, and why it mattered, the strange tradition of chaos and role reversal, the deep role of religion, why there were no gifts, trees, or Santa, and what parts of medieval Christmas still live on today. Let's begin where medieval Christmas truly started. To medieval people, winter wasn't cozy. It was deadly. Food was scarce. Days were short. Cold killed the weak, the old, and the sick. There were no supermarkets, no heaters, no medicine. If your food storage failed, you didn't celebrate spring. You didn't survive to see it. Christmas arrived at the darkest point of the year, and that darkness wasn't symbolic. It was real. Christmas wasn't about joy first. It was about endurance. In the Middle Ages, Christmas wasn't a single day. It was a sacred season. It represented light returning to the world, God entering human suffering, hope during the worst time of year. Faith wasn't optional. It was survival psychology. People believed the spiritual world was closer in winter, closer to miracles, and closer to danger. Christmas wasn't entertainment. It was protection. The medieval Christmas didn't end on December 25th. It began. For 12 full days, from Christmas Day to January 6th, normal life stopped. Work paused. Fields rested. Rules softened. Why? Because winter gave no mercy, and people needed rest before returning to hardship. This wasn't laziness, it was survival planning. Food during medieval Christmas was sacred. For most of the year, peasants lived on bread, soup, and grain. Meat was rare. Christmas changed that. Animals were slaughtered because they couldn't be fed through winter. Meat wouldn't survive until spring. So Christmas became the great feast. Roasted boar, bread and cheese, spiced wine, heavy, warming foods. And then there was the Yule log, burned not for decoration, but for protection. People believed it chased away evil spirits and brought luck for the coming year. This may be the strangest part of medieval Christmas. For a brief time, society turned upside down. A peasant could become king of the feast. A servant could command a lord. This figure was called the Lord of Misrule. Why allow chaos? Because controlled chaos released tension. It prevented rebellion. It reminded everyone that power was temporary. Laughter wasn't weakness. It was pressure relief in a brutal world. Christmas night wasn't about parties. It was about midnight mass. People walked miles through snow, in darkness, in silence. Why midnight? Because they believed this hour was sacred, a moment when heaven touched earth. Missing Mass wasn't just sinful, it was dangerous. Faith wasn't symbolic, it was real, emotional, and terrifying. Here's the truth. Medieval Christmas had no Christmas trees, no wrapped gifts, no Santa Claus. Gift-giving was rare and symbolic, often charity, not celebration. Trees arrived centuries later. Santa arrived even later. Medieval Christmas wasn't about receiving. It was about surviving together. Nobles celebrated with excess. Peasants celebrated with hope. But both shared something important. Christmas was one of the few moments when the entire society paused. Even war sometimes stopped. In a violent world, Christmas was a truce with life itself. Modern Christmas is brighter, safer, easier. But medieval Christmas had something we often lack: meaning. It wasn't about perfection. It was about endurance, faith, and community. Different world, same human need. If this video changed how you see Christmas, like this video. It tells YouTube this story matters. Comment below which medieval tradition surprised you the most. And if you want more forgotten history, hidden wisdom, and stories the modern world forgot, subscribe to Medieval Intelligence, because the past still has something to teach us.